So I love that formula because it does dry down. What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is probably the most requested video, if not here on my YouTube, definitely on my Instagram. If you don't follow me, you totally should. I'm at thesickfitchick_LSF. I would love to have you over there. The question I get asked the most: what's your favorite self-tanner? What are your tips and tricks to getting a really good self-tan? How do you do it? Just all of the things about self-tanner. So today we are going to talk about my favorite self-tanner. I'm going to show you exactly how I apply my tanner so that you can apply your tanner in the same way and get the same beautiful all over bronzed glow. If you're new to my channel, what's up? My name's Charlene Town. I talk all things beauty, health, fitness, because you guys, it's all about being confident, being beautiful, and being you. So let's jump right into this video today because this is a good one, you guys. With you, how I, with you, how I. All right, as you can see behind me, I have my Bondi Sands. These are my two most repurchased self-tanners. I have been using this for over a year now. This ultra dark is by far my favorite. It is my go-to. I do it the most. That's what I'm wearing today. I use this and it's 2 coats of this. I sit in it for 6 hours. I'll sit in it longer if I have more time, but most of the time just 6 hours. This was 6 hours, and then I just rinse it off. So this is my absolute go-to. I love this stuff. But if I only have a short amount of time, y'all, this stuff is amazing. This gives you pretty close to this darkness. It's a little bit lighter than this is now. It's still really beautiful. But I've talked to people who have gotten this after I've talked about it, and they're like, well, I did the 1 hour and I barely look like I have anything on me. Yes, that is totally true. So for me, with this tanner, I put 2 coats on and I wear it for the full 3 hours. If I can wear it longer, I absolutely will. And it gets a really good darkness. This is the darkness that I like. I would actually like to be a pinch darker, not gonna lie, but this is the darkest tan I've found so far. So this 1 hour express, it's like if you put it on for 1 hour, it's light, 2 hours medium, 3 hours dark. If you're new to tanning, you'll probably like something like this a lot more than jumping straight into like ultra dark. I've been tanning for over a year and I tanned previous to that, but I've consistently been tanning every single week for a year now. So if you're new to tanning, I highly recommend this one because you can leave it on, like you can just do 1 coat and leave it on for an hour, see how much of a tan you get, see how you feel. Then you can do it for 2 hours and then 3 hours, and then maybe try 2 coats for 3 hours, and then you'll get my beautiful tan. These two are by far my favorite, and let me tell you why. It's the Aero formula. Let me just put these down. So I love that formula because it does dry down. You don't stay sticky and tacky and wet forever. Most self-tanners, you put them on and you need to leave them on for at least 6 to 8 hours, and they are sticky wet. Like you can hear yourself like sticking in your creases, and anytime you sit on something, it's just wet. Yuck. I hate that feeling so much. These do dry down. Now, I do apply 2 coats. I feel like I hang out naked for about 30 minutes to an hour before I put clothes on. That's just my personal preference. You can pop clothes on immediately after, but I'm still sticky wet. I like to let it dry down a little bit before I put clothes on. I think they say to wait 30 minutes before you put clothes on. I do recommend that. I just feel like I get my best tan if I let it just sit on my body for 30 minutes to an hour before I put clothes on. Then I put clothes on and I go about my day doing whatever, playing with Liv. She can crawl all over me, it's fine. Whereas most self-tanners, you just stay sticky and tacky and wet the entire time. This one does eventually dry down, and I love that. So my tips for you getting the best tan out of it is, for me personally, I shower, I shave, I do any waxing, I tint my eyebrows, I paint my nails. You gotta paint your nails. You don't wanna be doing a self-tanner and then the next day going and getting your toenails done. You don't want your feet to be soaking in water because it's gonna take the self-tanner off. So you wanna do all of these things before you self-tan. So you wanna think about, you need to wax your eyebrows, shave your legs, exfoliate. You want your skin to be clean and dry, so that it can soak up all of the delicious pigment of that self-tanner. Know what I'm saying? Okay, so that's the pre-work. You wanna make sure to exfoliate, in which I have a mitt. Most self-tanning places have that exfoliator mitt. That's what I use to get off my old tan and just to rub up on my elbows. It's really great, I love that. My favorite things to apply, this Bondi Sands mitt is a velvet texture. It's thick. I've had it for over a year. It still looks brand new. They hold up really well. I love them. They give me a nice even streak-free tan. They're beautiful. I use them to just go around in my fingers and on my feet. I'll show you in the video later when I show you how to apply the tan exactly how I use the mitt on my hands and my feet. I just use the mitt for my body, neck down, and I do have their back applicator, which folds out like this, and you just use it to get your back. It makes life so much easier. It's amazing. It makes life so much easier than being like digging around to get your back. And then you can absolutely use this mitt to get your face. However, I do use a Morphe M439 Kabuki style brush. I like using a brush on my face because it allows me to push the product into my hairline and get around in my ears and down behind my ears. You don't want to leave your ears white if your face is going to be tan, and you don't want to have a line of demarcation from your tan and into your hairline. You want to push that self tanner into your hairline so that you don't look like you have this big streak on your face. Know what I'm saying? Yeah, okay. So I prefer the Morphe M439. It is just my favorite way to apply it to my face. But please feel free to use the mitt if that's what you have. In regards to the brush, you have to wash your brush every single time after you use it. Otherwise, it just cakes up with really gross stuff, and that's not good for you. So I used this brush yesterday to apply this tan that you see today. I washed it this morning, or I washed it last night, and it's still a little bit damp, but that's okay. I do apply my self tanner to my face because I like to just have the same matching tan all the way down. I've yet to find a self tanner for the face that doesn't break me out and doesn't mess with my skin. This doesn't mess with my skin. I don't break out. I don't feel like I have clogged pores afterwards, and I feel fine. So I do apply it to my face. I'm okay with it. If you don't want to, please don't feel like you need to. If you do apply it to your face, you absolutely have to go over your eyes. You can't have big white eyeballs and then tan nose and tan eyes. You know what I'm saying? So just make sure to do your whole face. Make sure to get blend down. You want to make sure to get the back of your neck behind your ears, because if you wear your hair up in a pony, you don't want to have big old white streak back here. You know, so just be conscious of where you're putting the tanner and make sure that you are completely covered. All right, so this Jergens Natural Glow is my favorite way to extend the life of my tan. As soon as I get out of the shower from rinsing off my self tanner, I put this on, and then I put it on the next day and the next day and the next day, because it's a gradual tan and it just helps extend the life of the tan. It keeps it looking nice longer. It keeps your hands looking blended better. For me, this is a must. I absolutely love this stuff. It just helps extend the whole life of my tan, and that's what you want if you're going to be doing the work every week. Along those lines, if you are into tanning on a regular basis, I do know that I do tan every single week. Tuesdays are my tanning day. It's an editing day for me, so I have no problem sitting in my self tanner all day while I'm editing. If you're just using tanner for a special event or a special occasion, I have a couple tips for you. So if you've got like a date night coming up, or you've got a party you're going to, I highly recommend doing your self tanner a full day before. If I put on my tanner, say I did it really early yesterday morning, I did the 6 hours, I got out of the shower, my tan still develops overnight. So I feel like I wake up the next morning and then my tan is like, oh hey girl, there you are. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm doing a photo shoot, for instance, like family photos or whatever, say on a Saturday, I tan on Thursday. So I tan all day Thursday. I have Friday, my tan is looking beautiful and great. I'm using my Jergens Sheer Glow, and then I look perfect on Saturday because my tan has fully developed. I look beautiful and bronzed and even. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to just be tanning the same day or tanning right before. For me personally, that's just how I do it. I make sure to tan on Thursday before a Saturday photo shoot or Thursday before a Saturday event. So just think ahead of when you're going to be needing your tan to look the best. Because if you tan on a Tuesday but your big event isn't until Saturday, unless you're really keeping up with this guy, it's gonna start fading. You know what I'm saying? I feel like 5 days are like peaking, but my face always fades really fast because I wash my face morning and night, and I use retinols and vitamin C, and I exfoliate, so my tanner on my face goes away faster. I do use the Aereo Liquid Gold. Does not have a bronzer guide in it, so these two I love them because they have a bronzer guide in them. That is why when you see me later, I look like Miss Hawaiian Tropics. I am dark, super dark, because they have a bronzer guide in them. I do use the Aereo Liquid Gold just to do my face, maybe my hands, because it doesn't have a bronzer guide and you just let it develop throughout the day. You look like you just don't have any makeup on. It's great. I love it. I will have all of these products listed in the description box below. Please check them out if that's something that you're interested in. All right, so I normally do this in my bathroom, but the situation in the bathroom is my bathroom is long and narrow and it just can't get the angles in there. So we're gonna tan in here. Wish me luck. I do have towels down. We're winning. First thing that I do is I always get my hair out of the way. My hair is looking crazy because, like I said earlier, I showered the night before, and I always shower and shave and do all that stuff the night before. Because I'm shaving and exfoliating, I always put my purple conditioner in for as long as possible while I'm in the shower doing all that, so my hair feels lovely. And I also just let it air dry last night. Okay, and to be clear, I do normally tan naked, just so you know. That's how you tan, is that way you don't have any lines. However, that is not appropriate on camera. So I'm just gonna show you how I do it, like this. And I'm hoping that you guys are enjoying my sparkly scrunchie because that's as dressed up as I got today for this video, so you're welcome. So I'm going to be using the Bondi Sands Ultra Dark today. I love this. This is my favorite. I always do 2 coats, and I will show you how I apply that. Obviously, that's what we're doing today. I'm going to use my Bondi Sands mitt. This is my favorite mitt for application. You want to be as dry as possible. If you put on deodorant, you want to make sure you don't have deodorant on. All right, so let's get going. So I always shake my can. I don't know if you're supposed to. I always only put the foam on one side of the mitt, so I just make sure that this side is on this side of my hand always, and then I'll switch it to the other hand, and then it'll be on this side. That way I can put this side down if I need to, if that makes sense. That way I only have product on one side of the mitt at all times. I always start from my feet up, so that's where we're gonna start today. Take it, get it nice, oh, so good.
Nothing really matters if you're not mine, right here, right now. And even if the world ends, then I'll be fine. No fear, no doubt. I know a place that sneak away. Leave the pain, I'll stay with you. Let me hold you, close your eyes. We'll be reaching paradise. Ooh, 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 ooh. I don't even really know your name, but I'm still high on all love that making me feel alright. I don't even really know your name, but I'm still high on all love that making me feel alright. Yeah, I'm still high.
And just a quick note, if you have really dry skin, you may want to put lotion on your elbows and your hands, your knees, your feet before you get started. I've never had a problem with it sticking there. And if it does just a little bit, you take your first shower and then it's totally fine and back to normal, and I don't mind it at all. I don't have that problem, and I'll show you the end result so you can see what mine looks like. When you do your hands, you want to make sure that they're out, but also make sure to bend them. That way you get in those creases, otherwise you can get creases. Go in between your fingers. I love this mitt, it blends so easily. I used to use my brush to do this. You don't have to with this mitt. It's so good. See, look at the difference so far. It has a bronzer in it, but I love its color. And really you just want to work as quickly as possible.
I don't even really know your name, but I'm still high on all love that making me feel alright.
All right, so I'm gonna quickly do the rest of me and then I'll come back and show you how to do the face. Okay, I just did my second coat, so I'm gonna go in and do my face. We'll see if I can do this without a mirror. I kind of have a mirror, so if I'm not looking directly at you, it's so that I can see what I'm doing. I've got my brush, my Morphe M439. Guys, we're at the very end, so we're gonna need a new one. You want to make sure to get your ears, behind your ears, over your eyelids. Push it into your hairline. You don't want any lines of demarcation. Blend it down your neck. And I know it looks scary dark, but you guys, it rinses away, I promise. It's mostly just the tanning guide, which I love. I do not enjoy a tanner that does not have a tanning guide at all, because then you have no idea where you've put the tanner. Okay, I'm gonna make sure to get up on the side of your nostrils. You just don't want any white spots. You don't want to tan your whole face and then have your eyes be white, or you don't want to go over your nose and then have the bottom part of your nose be really pink. You know what I'm saying? I like to do just a little bit more. I did 2 coats on my whole body, so I don't want to do 2 full coats on my face, but I do like to carve out my face just a little bit. So I just take a dollop. This is much more moussey than the last. And I just put this right where I contour my face. So I do a little line right here, a little line right here, and then in my hairline. And you want to make sure to blend it up. You don't want to blend it down or you'll look like you have sagging cheeks. And this doesn't really do that much, you guys. But if it gives you a little extra, I'm here for it. Especially since I don't like to wear makeup when I am tan, because I look pretty and tan and I don't need makeup. Pretty easy. If you do not have this brush, just use the mitt. Just take it on the very tip of the mitt and just work around your face just exactly the same. I know people who like the mitt better than using a brush. I have used a brush every time I've ever tanned, so I'm just used to it. So these are the ones that I like. Now I'm gonna just show you, I'll back you back out and I'll show you what I look like. This looks really dark. I do like to be dark. However, know that there's a lot of guided tan bronzer in here. Love it. Okay, I will check in with you tomorrow. Bye. Good morning, guys, and welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to show you guys really quick what my face looks like without makeup on. I'm gonna do a full body check-in later, but I'm gonna put on makeup because I'm on my way to a doctor's appointment right now. So I just wanted to show you, I just did 1 coat on my face, and then I just did the areas where I contour my face. So if you see, it doesn't look like crazy carved out. It just gives me a little bit more of a shadow. Absolutely not necessary, but just how I do it. It also, my face doesn't look super crazy compared to the rest of my body. It's perfect and I love it. But I will do a full body check-in so you guys can see what the tan looks like later. Alright, you guys, that's it for today's video. If this is content that you like to see, don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe because it really supports my channel. And if you hit that little notification bell, it'll let you know when my next video comes out. Let me know in the comments down below if you're going to be checking this out. What's your favorite self-tanner? I've been using this self-tanner for over a year now. I should probably branch out and try something new. So if you've got a self-tanner that you've tried and you love that is dark, mama likes it dark. So let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one.